begin Sidney Crosby's career simulation at 18 years old. He's starting at an 85 overall, and he's looking to get the Penguins back to greatness. The first season's going great, with the Penguins winning a division title and finishing with a 48-29-5 record. It was a great rookie campaign for Crosby, who's potting 19 goals and 53 assists for 72 points. However, they wouldn't see any success in the playoffs as they would fall to the Bruins in 7 games in the first round. It was a decent playoff performance from Crosby though, as he's picking up 6 points in 7 games, and at the end of the year, he's going to be taking home the Rookie of the Year trophy. Heading into year 2, Crosby's going up 3 overalls, and he's onto the first line now. It's going to be another successful year for the Penguins, who are finishing second in the division with a 42-28-12 record. It was a slower season, however, as Crosby's only picking up 18 goals and 41 assists for 59 points. And in the first round, they're falling to the Devils in 6 games. And it was a very disappointing playoff performance from Crosby, who's picking up 0 points in 6 playoff games. If this team's going to be successful, I need more from you, my guy. In year 3, Crosby's going up 2 more overalls, while the Penguins are adding Patrick Kane to the team. However, the addition of Patrick Kane isn't helping too much, as the Penguins are missing the playoffs with a 40-34-8 record. It was a bounce back year for Crosby, however, as he's finishing with 17 goals and 60 helpers for 77 points. In the Stanley Cup, Florida's taken down Vegas in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. 75% of the people that watch my videos aren't subbed to the channel. These videos take a long time to make, so any type of support, like subscribing, means a ton. After just 1 season with the Penguins, Patrick Kane's packing his bags and he's heading out, while Crosby goes up another 2 overalls. But this team was trash. They finished 24th overall in the league with a 39-37-6 record. However, this would be the first season where Crosby finished over a point a game with 25 goals and 58 assists for 83 points. In the playoffs, Washington would win the Stanley Cup over the Anaheim Ducks in 7 games. Crosby continues to improve going into year 5 as he's going up another 2 overalls. However, this team didn't improve at all. They actually got worse, finishing 28th in the league with a 34-39-9 record. Crosby's going to finish with almost identical numbers of 26 goals, 57 helpers for 83 points. And in the postseason, the Carolina Hurricanes are taking home the Stanley Cup over the Winnipeg Jets in 6 games. In year 6, Crosby continues to improve, going up another overall, but what really needs to improve is the rest of this team. And this team didn't improve at all, as the Penguins continue to get worse, finishing 28th overall with a 32-44-6 record. Crosby was having a slower year, potting only 30 goals and 44 assists for 74 points. While Florida, they take home another Stanley Cup, but this time they're taking down the Calgary Flames in 6 games. Heading into year 7, Crosby's just looking to get into the playoffs. It's been a long time since he made them. And just like that, in year 7, the Penguins are making the playoffs and they're finishing with a 43-33-6 record. Alongside making the playoffs, Sidney Crosby's going to be having a career year, potting 28 goals and 58 assists for 86 points. However, his career year still wouldn't be enough as they're falling in the second round to the Toronto Maple Leafs, but at least they made it to the second round. At the end of the day, it was an amazing postseason for Crosby, who's picking up 15 points in 12 games. In year 8, Sidney Crosby and the Penguins are looking to build off last year's momentum and make a Stanley Cup run. And that's exactly what this team did, as they finished with a league best 53-26-3 record. After having a career year the season prior, Sidney Crosby did even better, posting a new career best with 89 points. Pittsburgh was on a roll for 3 rounds, and they made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final, where they're meeting up against the Arizona Coyotes. However, Arizona would be too tough to handle, and they're taking the Penguins down in 6 games. Crosby was great once again with 4 goals and 17 assists for 21 points. Heading into year 9, Pittsburgh's looking to make another deep postseason run after making it all the way to the Stanley Cup final last season. It was another good year for the team, but they weren't as successful, finishing 9th overall with a 45-29-3 record. Crosby would finish with another season over a point a game with 30 goals and 56 helpers for 86 points. However, they wouldn't see any success in the playoffs as they're falling to the Washington Capitals in the first round. Crosby didn't do too much in that series, picking up only 5 points in 6 games. With year 10 coming around the corner, I'm a bit concerned that this team might be headed in the wrong direction. And I was right, as they would finish 19th overall with a 40-35-7 record, but yet they're still making the playoffs. I'm not expecting them to do too much though. Even when this team's looking bad, Crosby still looks good, as he's finishing with a new career high of 91 points, consisting of 28 goals and 63 assists. And when the playoffs did come around, it should be no surprise they're getting smoked by the New Jersey Devils in 6 games. Crosby did what he could, picking up 3 goals in 6 games for only 3 points. Based on the direction that this team's heading, year 11 could be tough for us. And it was tough, as the Penguins would finish 29th overall with a 35-39-8 record. After having a career season last year, Crosby taking a massive step back, finishing with only 73 points. When the postseason came to an end, the St. Louis Blues would take home the Stanley Cup, defeating the New York Islanders in 6 games. At the ripe old age of 29 years old, and heading into his 12th season, Sidney Crosby declines 1 overall. How does that even make sense? Even with Crosby declining, it's going to be a better year for the Penguins, who are finishing 18th overall with a 39, 33, and 10 record. And Crosby bounced back, but it still wasn't a great year for him, only getting 27 goals and 50 helpers for 77 points. In the playoffs, Nashville would take home the Stanley Cup after defeating the Boston Bruins in 7 games. In year 13, the Penguins knew moves need to be made, so they picked up Brock Boeser to play along Sidney Crosby on the top line. And the addition of Brock Boeser is definitely helping the team, as the Penguins are back in the playoff picture with a 41, 32, and 9 record. With Sidney Crosby having some talent on the first line alongside him, he's going to be tying his career best of 91 points with 25 goals and 66 assists. However, New Jersey would be too much to handle in the first round once again, and we're falling in 7 games. Crosby was fantastic in these 7 games though, as he's picking up 11 points in 7 games. After not doing anything in the playoffs for multiple years now, Crosby's getting sick and tired of it, and he wants to make a run in the postseason. However, that won't be happening this year, as the Penguins are finishing with a 39, 36, and 7 record, good enough for 20th overall. And Crosby wasn't anything great either, as he's only finishing with 29 goals and 43 helpers for 72 points. Vegas would win their first Stanley Cup in franchise history, taking down the Carolina Hurricanes in a sweep. In year 15, Crosby's experiencing the biggest fall off of his career, dropping 3 overalls. The Penguins are bouncing back to 9th in the league with a 44, 30, and 8 record. For the first time since his rookie season, Crosby isn't going to be leading the team in scoring though. He's finishing second with 74 points. The Penguins would end up falling in the second round to the Florida Panthers, who went on to win the Stanley Cup, but at least we got to the second round. Crosby continues to decline heading into year 16, as he's dropping another overall to a 92. And not only is Crosby falling off, the Pittsburgh Penguins had a massive fall off, dropping to 28th in the league with a 33, 39, and 10 record. It would be a bounce back season for Crosby, however, who's finishing with 87 points, consisting of 34 goals and 53 assists. Columbus would go on to win the Stanley Cup, taking down the San Jose Sharks in 7 games. Heading into this season, it's the final year of Crosby's contract. If this team doesn't turn it around and do something special, I wouldn't be surprised if he packed his bags and headed out. Pittsburgh's doing everything they can in their power to keep Crosby around, and they return to the playoff picture with a 45, 30, and 7 record. It was another similar year for Sid the Kid, who's potting 32 goals alongside 57 assists for 89 points. But once again, like previous years, Pittsburgh wouldn't be very successful in the playoffs, and they're falling in the second round to the Washington Capitals. Crosby was terrific in the playoffs though, as he's scoring 6 goals and 8 assists for 14 points. When free agency came around, Sidney Crosby was tired of the constant disappointment, so he's going to join the Toronto Maple Leafs for a change of scenery. But Toronto didn't fare too well. They finished 25th in the league with a 39, 38, and 5 record. But even at 35 years old, Crosby's still finishing with over a point a game with 84 points. When the playoffs came to an end, the New York Rangers are winning the Stanley Cup, taking down the Arizona Coyotes in 6 games. As a last-ditch effort to win a Stanley Cup, in year 19, Sidney Crosby's going to join the Edmonton Oilers, and he just wants a cup. That's all he wants. At 36 years old, Crosby isn't going to be slowing down anytime soon, as he's posting a new career high with 24 goals and 69 assists for 93 points. But once again, the individual success from Crosby wouldn't lead to any postseason success, as they're swept in the second round by the Ducks. Crosby did everything he could, picking up 9 points in 11 postseason games. Heading into year 20, Crosby's dropped all the way down to an 89 overall, and I think his career is starting to dwindle down. But just because Crosby's dwindling down doesn't mean the Oilers have to, as they're finishing with a fantastic record of 56, 21, and 5, which is good enough for second overall in the league. But even though Crosby just dropped to an 89 overall, that's not going to slow him down. He's going to have another career year, posting 22 goals and 89 assists for 111 points. And after years and years of disappointment, Sidney Crosby's finally made it back to the Stanley Cup final, and he's going to be taking on the Ottawa Senators with the Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton would be too much to handle for Ottawa, and they're winning the Stanley Cup, taking them down in 5 games. Crosby went insane in the postseason, picking up 37 points in 23 games, and alongside those impressive numbers, he's taking home the Conn Smythe. After winning the Stanley Cup, Sidney Crosby would leave the Edmonton Oilers and join the St. Louis Blues on a 2-year deal, and then he would join the Chicago Blackhawks on a 1-year deal, where his career would come to an end. And at 40 years old, Sidney Crosby has decided it's time to call it a career and retire. If you enjoyed this video, I definitely recommend checking the one out on screen, and if you haven't already, make sure to drop a like and subscribe.